Marina, some would call it being a diva. When you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see the number 18 team in the country, the Oregon Ducks, taking on the 19th ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Ducks about to kick it away and get this season started. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The left side. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. Across midfield and out of bounds at the 49. A big pickup there.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field. What a big game for the offense.
It's a seam wide open. To the house. Touchdown, Buckeyes. They're on the board first here in the season opener.
And you just cannot draw up the start of the season any better than that. Opening drive of the first game of the year and quick fire. You're down the field scoring 6. This offense is explosive.
Coming out with it, it's Gresham. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Moore will throw. The quick out. He'll be guided out of bounds at the 17, and a productive play there. Let's take just a second and talk about Oregon. They lose in the semis last year. Any potential for a hangover this season?
I don't think so, and I think they obviously didn't finish last season the way they wanted to, but having the success they had, David, that opened the eyes to a lot of portal players around the country. They wanted to come here knowing they could build on that and take the next step.
And sometimes it takes those steps, Jesse. Like, you've got to crawl before you walk, and this team, they tasted it. They know what it feels like. They know what it's like to be in the playoffs, and they want more. And they get to take some anger out and some hard feelings out today to start this season.
Well, after watching the other offense go down the field and score a touchdown, you know this guy's trying to lead his offense to do the exact same thing. That was a big third down. I know there's a lot of football left to play, but you're trying to establish confidence as early as possible. That last throw is really going to help out your team.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Back to pass. Here's a heat. Fires into traffic, picked off. He'll try to take it back. Touchdown, Ohio State. How about this defense taking one back to the house?
And the defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the first quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together Offense scoring, defense scoring. Palmer, they're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go, and this is what you call firing on all cylinders early in a game.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Rush is on him. They've got them then deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Moore to the air. Looking left. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Touchdown, Buckeyes! The defense gets it done with that huge interception return.
Awesome job by the linebacker there in coverage, reading the quarterback's eyes, spying the QB, knowing where that ball was going to get thrown, and then the ball skills, just to pluck it out of the air and take it back for a touchdown. Awesome work.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. With the catch, it's Perry. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. And the Ducks want to crank the tempo. Under fire. Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism, good decision to take off scrambling and help his offense, but you really are seeing his inexperience shine through here in this game.
It's hard to find a place these days that the Big Ten doesn't touch geographically, but there's a lot of crossover with the Big Ten and Big 12 and plenty of bragging rights on the line when their schools meet.
You think about Nebraska once upon a time being in the Big 12, now in the Big Ten too. These conferences also recruit in similar areas too. So this game is interesting, David, because a lot of these players, they're familiar with each other from high school.
Yeah, and I tell you, from experience, you hate that. Like, you get to know each other, you go to the other school, like, you're now my enemy. You're not my friend anymore. So a chance to prove it, a chance for the Big 12, who's been kind of pillaged and pulled apart at times, sometimes by the Big 10. Let's go and make a statement today.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. And that's what you saw in that last play. There was no...
There he goes! Touchdown, Oregon! Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear, with his speed, he was gone.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Almost everything has gone their way so far, up 21-7, and they have it back. Trying to turn the corner on the right. Stop behind the line, he'll lose a yard. Guys, let's talk for a minute about Ohio State. They had some holes to fill on the roster. They've gone into the pool. They brought in a pretty decent haul. How good do you think this staff feels right now? It makes the catch down the right side. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
This is a designed run. Got enough for the first down and wants more. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. And the Buckeyes getting set on 1st and 10. Back to pass, it's St. Clair. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. It'll be incomplete. Tried to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Looking to fire. Quick completion on the out.
Really nice job by the defense, keeping everything in front of you in that situation and rallying to the football. And now you're rewarded with 3rd and long. So we'll see on this next play if they do the same thing here or if they sell out and bring the blitz.
Touchdown, Ohio State! All that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
I think you love starting the year off with some momentum, and that's exactly what this offense is doing. They're firing on all cylinders, defense doing their job as well. This team getting out the gates to start the season in great fashion.
And they knocked through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
Fires to the big fella. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35. The Ducks racing to the line in the hurry up.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. Got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
Oh, they're after him. And he fires a dirt ball. Man, oh man, would he like to have that pass back.
I don't even know if the offense is aware that they have other eligible targets down. It feels like every single throw early in this game has gone this guy's way.
Moore will throw. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Holding on the offense, accepted, so they'll back up and go at it again. That's not the way you'd like to start this set of downs. It's now 1st and 20. He's looking to throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall.
The Ducks come to the line trying to find a way to convert on third and very short. Looking to throw for it. Fires deep toward the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points. Wait, can I get the director to give me a replay of that? I want to count the defenders. 1, 2, 3. I mean, there's no way they had 11, right?
I mean, that is frustrating. Defensively, what are you taught? Like, make them earn it, right? Play man, press up on them, make them earn it, make them go the length of the field, don't give up big plays, or just give up big plays and don't have anybody in the camera shot and don't have anybody there to even miss a tackle.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. Handoff to the lone back. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. The defenses have some work to do to slow down these high-powered attacks as we start the second quarter. First play of the period will be a second down. Dropping back, it's St. Clair. The sweet feet buy a little time. He'll pull it down. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
Quarterback keeper. Hard running there. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. And that decision will be questioned for a while. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. The last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence and they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They clearly found that dude. They score here. We're in for a ball game.
Lost to fire on second down. Pocket breaking down. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. Guys, let's chat for a moment about Oregon. One of the big storylines coming into this year was the rising temperature of the coach's seat, and the process of cooling things off starts now.
All offseason, this coach has said the right things. I'm not worried about it. I'm not focused on it. I'm just worried about our team. But, David, let's be real. He's got to win games. There is an expectation at this program to win. And if he doesn't start fast this year, that hot seat's only going to get hot.
No, and then the chirping starts, and everybody's going to be talking about his job. The pressure builds, and then you
unleashes one deep. Touchdown, Oregon! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board. It's a much-needed life for this offense as they try to cut away at this lead.
No doubt. Needed something to go right. You're down. You got to make plays. You got to get your team back in it. Great start. Keep chipping away.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that 1st down. You can see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Quick completion on the out route. Turning it on! They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure it to 1st down.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early. It's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
Running back searching for a hole.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
He'll run it again. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. They'll try to move the chains on this 3rd and long from the 50. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. To the air, it's St. Clair. He tries to take the top off. He's got it inside the 25. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
It's so nice to have these big playmaking tight ends that are basically oversized receivers. Make a play down the field to him, huge catch radius, makes the play, and then I love the run after the catch. These guys can do this nowadays. He does the rest of the work and gets into the end zone.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Gresham. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. To be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Unloads it downfield. Brings it in down the left side. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line. That big explosive play carries them into plus territory. They'll fires toward the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
We know about this running back's versatility. He's made some plays in this game so far, catching the ball. That time, though, he had no shot. Defender bearing down on him. They're able to get the hit and make sure it falls incomplete.
Going to try to get it himself. The flag flies in as this one falls incomplete. We'll see who it's on. Remember, if your entire body is past the line of scrimmage when you throw the football, that's a penalty. He was, and the penalty will be accepted. The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on 3rd down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And on money down defensively, you've got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
On 4th down, looking for the completion. Big tight end makes the grab. 1st down, still on his feet. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
And now a chance not only to cut into the lead, but play it just right. Touchdown, Ducks! They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Now to make sure this kickoff team covers it well tonight, give back that last score. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Takes the handoff. It's Jackson. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Well, after ripping off a big-time run on his opening carry, a negative play this time around, and this is going to be key. They're going to keep giving him the ball, and they need him to have more positive plays than negative ones if they're going to win.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Off play action. Dances away to buy time. Throws it back across his body, and what do you think happened? Intercepted. Bringing it back. And he's out of bounds at the 2. Almost a pick six, but they're set up on the doorstep.
And you wonder if that interception is going to bring this guy back down to reality a little bit. He was lights out early in this game. Everything he was...
Touchdown, Oregon! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And I love that this offense stuck to it, stuck to the run game, didn't panic. They got down, but they answered the bell right before the half, and they got this thing right where they want it now. They can tie this football game and hopefully go into the half with a lot of momentum.
And he added the extra point. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Finds some fresh air. Spins away from the defender. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum, and this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going, and I bet you he's going to get a few more touches today.
The inside handoff. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The Buckeyes have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the 2nd down misfire. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Gets it to the back. Tackle is made at the 38, and let's see just how daring they'll be on 4th down. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. Moore to the air. Going deep. Makes a connection. He's loose. Touchdown Ducks! He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Wants to throw on first down. Fires left. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
He'll pull it down and run. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Looking downfield on first down. Quickly to the tight end. Crosses the 45, out of bounds at the 47-yard line, and a solid play there.
That's just a very easy, comfortable throw for the quarterback. He knows he has his big target, the tight end, running across the field on the drag. Nice play.
Quickly complete. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. The Buckeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking downfield, it's St. Clair. Grabbed over the middle, it's Graham. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Makes the grab, it's Graham. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Ball just inside the 40 at the 39. It's 3rd and short. Quarterback making adjustments. Snap from the gun on 3rd down. Got out of trouble and throws. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Just about set to get this second half underway. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. You can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
Pressure coming. Chunked it away just as he was hit.
Yeah, this defense had a lot of success. This offense has been doing what it wants and will finally get to the QB, finally getting some pressure, finally getting a big hit on him. That'll pay some dividends down the road.
Hang on, Swoopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on 3rd down. Moore will throw. Grabbed in the middle. It's Johnson. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down.
And that's a huge 3rd down conversion by the offense there. It's 3rd and long. You've got to lead, not by a lot. Quarterback, though, very poised. Reads the coverage, throws it in rhythm, and you stay on the field.
And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line. And Jesse, he just keeps piling up numbers, over 350 yards for the game.
And I feel like from the get-go, Reese, this guy's just been in a great rhythm all game long. He just seems like he's dialed in, and man, he's been accurate throwing the rock.
To the air on 1st down. Caught over the middle. It's Perry. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. And the Ducks can really attack on this 2nd and short. Wants to throw again. Got his man quickly. Finds a crease at the 20. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the third quarter they come out and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
The give to the left. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Second down coming up in this red zone opportunity. Wants to go up top. He caught it. They will score. Touchdown, Oregon.
This guy is officially a problem. His second receiving touchdown of the game. Nice job by the offense. Dude, if I've got a matchup I like, continue to pick at it until they stop.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer,
he's going for a big play downfield. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. And the Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. Looking for a man. It's St. Clair. They're working that left side. Still on his feet at the 45. They finally get to him. But what a play there to pick up the first down. The Buckeyes are flying down the field. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs, so it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going, but moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
Got his man! Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work. The Buckeyes started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Wants to adjust the pattern. From the red zone, looking for a man. He's got it. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Ohio State. And they take it in for 6 more points.
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal line. Understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
And the extra point was good. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. He'll bring it out. It's Gresham. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. That lead has been sliced to 7, and now they'll try to put something together here. got the back over the middle. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. The Ducks will hustle to the line. Moore to the air. Here comes the heat. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
This QB has been so comfortable all day long. Obviously having a ton of success. You've got to affect him. You've got to put some hits on those body blows so you can make him wear out and physically feel you. This is the first time really getting to him.
Going for the big play. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
This game just feels so different than it did in the first half. After that incompletion, now setting up fourth down, they only have a one-possession lead. Things were looking so much better earlier in the game. They're going to have to get it together throwing the football if they want to win this game.
Catch in the middle. It's Moore. And he's brought down after a nice game.
And that's a play the defense has got to be able to make, guys, right there on fourth down. You're in the third quarter, second half. You're playing at home, and it's a close game. You've got a huge opportunity to seize momentum. You just get the feeling that that momentum is going to be a big factor here in the second half. Someone had to step up and make a play, and they just couldn't get it done.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create second and short, third and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. Under fire. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
It seemed like there may have been a miscommunication there between the QB and receiver, just not on the same page.
Moore will throw. Makes the grab. It's Ross. What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be fourth down. On fourth down, trying to find his man. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. You talk about taking the wind out of a crowd. A fourth down conversion will do that.
Yeah, they were jacked up in here, excited. The fans get loud, rush the passer, and how about the conversion? The big fourth down conversion here in the third quarter to give yourself some life in a tight ball game.
Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. After swapping ends of the field, they gave him a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. Got it in the middle. It's Moore. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
What a great play by the defense. In a critical down late in the game, one possession behind, you needed to come up with that play now to hopefully force a punt and give your offense a chance.
Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business. First and goal. So this offense has the lead. They have the ball. They have the clock on their side and a chance perhaps to put it out of reach. He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer. 2nd and goal for the offense. Handoff from the gun. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Ducks!
And, man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the fourth quarter, everything going in their direction.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls in.
Works his way out to the 36-yard line before being pushed out of bounds. They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. They'll move the wide receiver. To throw, it's St. Clair. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Returns it down to the 47-yard line, and his defense thrives on taking the football away.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the 4th quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
All right, guys, let's think big picture for Oregon. Given the unrest surrounding this guy's future as the head coach, this would be a great way to get the season started.
Man, you want all the momentum you can get, and you want to quiet people down. You don't want it to get louder. The louder those murmurs talk about hot seat, and you have a tendency to lose your football team. It's a distraction. You have to talk about it all the time. So always nice, Palmer, to get off on the right foot.
You just got to be able to drown out the outside noise, right? Easier said than done. And with this win in week 1, they're going to silence the critics. But make no mistake, he's going to go into that locker room and say, everyone that's been talking trash about us all offseason, they're going to love us now. Don't pay any attention to that.
Oh, he's got some space. Give him 105 yards rushing, and he goes over the century mark in this season opener. The Ducks look to keep this drive humming. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Just when they're looking run, now up top. Quickly complete. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. Big 3rd down in the red zone, and this crowd is getting behind this defense. He makes a grab. He gets it in. Touchdown, Oregon.
Yeah, salt into wound, right? Late in the 4th quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and get me another touchdown.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Ball State looked less like a flock of Cardinals and more like a group of road warriors in a solid victory. This team almost always plays tough in Muncie, and today they found a way outside of Schumann Stadium. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. It sounds like they had a good one there. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw, it's St. Clair. Just a short pass to the tight end. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. And the Buckeyes come to the line in the hurry-up. On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Trying to make magic with his feet. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line and may
They're trailing. They're trying to make plays. I like the decision-making of the young man there. Don't force the football. We already got to make big plays. The defense knows it, too. Nice job pulling it down, scrambling, getting the first down. Now you got to keep it going.
And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. The Buckeyes line up trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. He wants to throw it again. Got his man on the right. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the first down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because...
Lets it fly deep downfield. Touchdown, Buckeyes! They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off. He has been surgical. Precision in passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
The defense has had absolutely no answer for him. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and then just destroying this defense.
Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
Excellent job rallying to the ball, and they knock him down.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Going for it all. Touchdown, Ducks! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them.
Yeah, and how about this offense, man, putting another drive together, getting in the end zone. And here's the deal, going on the road, handling these conditions in game one, they've done a phenomenal job.
And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. To the air, it's St. Clair. That's caught. It's Roberts.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field.
Breaks into the open. He goes out of bounds, but not before getting it to the 32.
Hey, you know, the defense here in this situation with a huge lead, they've got to anticipate that this offense is going to be trying to throw the ball to the sideline, so they've got to work different coverages to try to force the quarterback to go over the middle of the field with the football.
Quarterback may change this route. Looking to throw on first down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
He's going to let it go. And it's knocked away downfield. The DB getting a hand in there.
It's been tough for this QB in this one. Very small windows to throw into, and he's been under some duress as well. It's hard to find a rhythm as a QB in those types of situations, and that's why it appears as though his team's going to be leaving here with it now.
Got a man just across the 20 with a first down at the 19. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Wants to go up top on first down.
This quarterback is just...
And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. And the running game has been disastrous on the last couple of plays. They'll try to salvage the drive on third down.